Hi, my name is Bunnycakes and welcome back to my channel, and this is my cat Shadow, who is being needy. Today I am going to be doing a review for a book called All Grown Up by Jamie Attenberg. Here, you went down. Um, it was a really good book, and I gave it 5 stars, and I would show the book right here, but my library loan ended for my ebook. Earlier today, I thought I had more time, but I don't, so I will insert an image of it right there. It was a really good book. It was about a woman who is in her mid to late 40s or early to mid 40s. I can't remember. Her age wasn't like super important, and it kind of bounced around in her life, so it was kind of hard to remember. But the main theme of the book is kind of her almost depression and despair over where she's at in her life. She doesn't feel super fulfilled in the career that she has or in any of her relationships, and she tends to compare her life to the lives of the people around her, like her brother and her friends. And also, her family is going through a sort of crisis because her brother and his wife have a very sick child. And so she's dealing with those feelings and relationship issues and all sorts of things. And I guess the depressing bit comes from the fact that there are times when I feel that kind of despair and desperation too, of like, my life isn't where it probably should be for somebody my age. And like, when I compare my life to the lives of my friends or to other people I know of that are my age, it's easy to feel like a failure. I mean, especially like when you see even like young people who are famous, you're like, okay, well, they have like multi-million-dollar careers, and here I am, 33, and jobless or working at a grocery store, or like, even if you have a better job, like, still you're not a millionaire. And that kid's like 12. But yes, it was a really good book, and it was poignant, and I think that probably a lot of people, especially people around my age and older people, feel that way. You kind of feel unprepared for life, and especially if you grew up hearing, well, um, when you're older, you'll understand, or whatever, or like, when you're older, you'll have your stuff together, or whatever, or at least you should have. It's easy once you get older and you don't, to feel like a failure. Um, so yeah, it kind of hits you in that spot. So I would recommend that if you are a person who tends to lean towards depression or something like that, that it might not be the best book for you to read, because it could probably trigger you into a deeper depression, because it's one of those books that makes you think. Um, but it's a good book, and I kind of feel better for having read it, because in those like sort of depressive moments, I can think back on that book and go, okay, well, there's at least one other person who kind of has a similar experience, so I'm not alone in this. Um, and it's a good book for that. It's a very short book, but because of the way it makes you think sort of deeply on things, it's not a light read. It's kind of a heavy read, despite being about 200 pages. So yeah, definitely consider the mood and environment you're in if you're going to read this book. But I do recommend it. It's a good book. So that being said, that's all for this review. Like this video and subscribe to my channel if you enjoy this video and my content. There's a subscribe button down there, and there should be one about right here. Hit the notification bell so you'll be notified of all my future content. Share my video, and do me a favor and bring more people to my channel. Check out my other channel. There's a button right there. And check out these other videos. You'll probably be interested in those if you like this video. And keep reading.